Picture this. You're sitting at your desk, scrolling through your phone, and you see a headline that stops you. Someone turned $500 a month into $1 million. And your first reaction is skepticism, because that sounds like the kind of thing people say to sell you something. A course, a subscription, a secret system that costs 3 easy payments of $99. But here's the thing. There is no secret. There is no trick. There is no hidden system. There is just math. And the math, when you actually see it laid out clearly, is one of the most powerful things you will ever understand about money. My name is Mark. If you've ever wondered whether $500 a month could actually change your financial life, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Because today we're going to walk through the exact strategy that turns $500 a month into $1 million. Step by step. Number by number. Let's start with the foundation. The strategy has a name. Most people have heard of it. Almost nobody actually uses it consistently. It's called index fund investing combined with compound growth. And before your eyes glaze over, stay with me, because once you see how this actually works over time, you will never think about your monthly income the same way again. Here's what most people don't realize. $500 a month feels like a small amount. And in the context of daily life, it is. It's roughly $16 per day. It's less than most car payments. It's less than many people spend on food delivery in a single month. But in the context of long-term investing, $500 a month is not small at all. It is genuinely life-changing. And here is exactly why. The S&P 500, which tracks the 500 largest companies in the United States, has returned an average of roughly 10% per year over the last century. Not every year. Some years it drops, some years it surges, but averaged out over decades, the number lands around 10%. And that 10% is the engine behind everything we're about to talk about. So let's run the actual numbers. If you invest $500 every single month into a broad S&P 500 index fund, starting today, here's what happens over time. After 10 years, you have contributed $60,000 of your own money, but your account doesn't show $60,000. With 10% average annual returns, your account shows approximately $102,000. You've already more than doubled your money, and you haven't done anything clever. You haven't picked stocks. You haven't timed the market. You've just invested $500 every month and left it alone. After 20 years, you've contributed $120,000, but your account now shows approximately $382,000. $382,000 from $500 a month. The gap between what you put in and what you have is now $262,000. That $262,000 came entirely from compounding, from your money making money, from returns generating more returns, over and over again for 2 decades. After 30 years, you've contributed $180,000. And your account? Approximately $1,130,000. Over $1 million from $500 a month, consistently invested for 30 years. Now let's pause here, because this is the part where most people's brains short circuit, because $180,000 turned into over $1 million. The math feels impossible, but it isn't impossible. It is simply what happens when you combine 3 things: time, consistency, and compound growth. Let's talk about each one, because understanding why this works is just as important as knowing that it works. Time is the most powerful variable in this entire equation, and it is also the most painful one, because you cannot rush it. You cannot buy more of it. You can only use the time you have, and every month you delay starting is a month of compounding you will never get back. Here is a simple but brutal example. If you start investing $500 a month at age 25, you reach $1 million by roughly age 55. 30 years of consistent investing. But if you wait until age 35 to start, investing the same $500 a month at the same 10% return, you reach $1 million by roughly age 67. That 10-year delay costs you 12 years of your life. Not 12 years of investing, 12 years of financial freedom. Consistency is the second variable, and this is where most people fail, not because they can't find $500, but because they don't protect the habit when life gets hard. Market drops 20%. They pause investing. Unexpected expense comes up. They miss a month, bonus comes in, they spend it instead of investing it, and every interruption to the consistency is a crack in the compound growth engine. The strategy only works the way the math shows if the investment happens every single month without exception. Not most months, every month. This is why automating the investment is not optional. It is essential. On payday, $500 moves automatically from your account into your index fund investment. Before you see it, before you spend it, before life has a chance to get in the way, the automation removes the decision. And removing the decision removes the risk of skipping. Compound growth is the third variable, and it is the one that does the heavy lifting, especially in the later years. Here's the thing about compound growth that most people never fully absorb. It is not linear. It does not add the same amount each year. It multiplies. In the early years, the growth feels small, underwhelming, almost not worth tracking. But in the later years, it becomes enormous. Let's look at it this way. In year 1 of your $500 monthly investment, compound growth adds roughly $500 to your account on top of what you contributed. Barely noticeable, but in year 25, compound growth adds roughly $35,000 to your account in a single year, without you contributing anything extra, just the returns compounding on decades of accumulated growth. This is why the last 10 years of a 30-year investment journey often produce more wealth than the first 20 years combined. The math sounds impossible, but it is simply what compounding does when given enough time. Now let's talk about where to actually put this $500. Because the strategy means nothing without the right vehicle. The answer for most people is simple: a low-cost broad market index fund, specifically funds that track the S&P 500 or the total stock market. These funds exist at platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab. They have extremely low fees, they require no stock picking expertise, and they have historically delivered those 10% average annual returns over long periods. You are not trying to beat the market. You are trying to match it. And matching the market over 30 years is how $500 a month becomes $1 million. If your employer offers a 401k with a company match, that match should be your first priority, because an employer match is a 50% or 100% instant return on your money. Nothing in the market can compete with that. Maximize the match first, then invest your remaining $500 into a Roth IRA or a taxable brokerage account. Now, here is the most important thing about this entire strategy. The math works. The history supports it. The tools exist. The only variable that isn't guaranteed is you. Whether you start, whether you stay consistent, whether you protect the habit when everything inside you wants to stop. Because markets will drop, headlines will scream, friends will tell you the system is broken, recessions will happen, and in every single one of those moments, the right move is the same. Keep investing. Keep the $500 going in every month, because every dollar you invest during a market drop buys more shares at lower prices. And when the market recovers, and history shows it always does, those shares are worth significantly more. So here's the strategy in its simplest form. Open a brokerage account or maximize your 401k match first. Choose a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Set up an automatic $500 monthly investment. Never stop, never pause, never redirect that $500 to something else. That is it. That is the complete strategy. No complexity, no expertise required, no lucky timing needed. Just $500 every month for as long as possible. Because the math doesn't care about your income level. It doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care where you're starting from. It only cares about one thing: whether you show up every single month for long enough to let compounding do what compounding always does. Turn consistent small actions into something that looks, from the outside, like a miracle. If this video helped you see what $500 a month can actually become, hit the subscribe button. And I'm curious, what is your biggest barrier to investing $500 a month right now? Let me know in the comments, because the strategy is simple. The math is clear. The only question is when you decide to start.